One. Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and we've gathered back here again today, and it's quite a big cast of us, and we're going back 2007, and we are going to be talking about Disney's Enchanted. Now, let's jump straight in. Let's see what Alex and Susan made of this first.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
I knew that was coming.
I think it's just fun. It's a bit of romantic. It's got a really decent villain. I know that you hate it, but whatever. Let me say my piece. I found it charming. I think that it's really interesting, and it's so pretty and so fun, and it makes New York look like such a different city than the one I know. Oh my gosh. Like the New York that I know is not that way. It's just a little grimy, gross and stuff. And this is just like love and stuff. It's just really
La, 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 la.
Yes.
So here is Alex for his opening thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it is a cute movie. This was a good live action instead of redoing everything else again.
Yeah, exactly.
The characters do get a little grating, but they're supposed to.
Yeah.
And the songs were actually good. Yeah, the Wicked Witch or whatever should have actually been a little stronger. But I mean, you know, it's fun, and it was live action before. It was reviving the live action, and it was still doing a Disney cartoon and a Disney princess that isn't totally ridiculous. But unfortunately, they're talking about a sequel. But it's been already 10 years, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So
More than 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but I liked it. I mean, there was only a few times that I didn't like the English sort of whinging character, and they should have had more of the wicked stepmother or whatever. But other than that, I really liked it.
Okay, let's go to Susie.
Oh, yeah, this is a fun movie. It's a good watch. I love what's the name of the lead actress? Amy
Adams.
Yeah, I love Amy Adams. She can do no wrong. I've seen lots and lots of movies. I wish she was doing more movies. She has a nice voice. She sings well. She performs well. You know, you can't go wrong with the tiara and blue puffy sleeves. So, you know, it's all good. I had a good time with it. And, you know, it's a bunch of fluff, but it's fun fluff. So you just don't expect anything more, and just enjoy it to be sort of a fun sort of satire on regular Disney movies. But I had a good time watching it. That's pretty much all I have to say.
You did say fun fluff.
Fun fluff.
Okay, yeah. That's okay. Right, okay. We're going over to Brian. Quickly, Brian.
Not translating, but that's all right.
Fun fluff. Yeah, no, it's just that if you mishear that, you see.
Next.
Come on, Brian.
Go on, Brian. Enough of the bum fluff. Let's go to
Brian.
Brian.
You're next.
Brian.
Wake up.
I'm here. I was just waiting for everyone to stop talking.
Yeah, well, start talking then.
All right. So.
Right, thank you, Brian. Let's go to Jake. No, carry on.
Right, so Enchanted. This was my first time watching Enchanted, and it's actually a pretty good, decent film. I thought, from what I could, like back then, before I even saw Enchanted, I thought it was going to be a shitty film that I wouldn't really particularly like, but it was actually a nice, fun, decent family film, and I really enjoyed it. Great casting, and it's just it's a different type of it seems like a different type of prince type of Disney film that they would normally do, and switching back and forth to animation and live action was a cool, unique way for a Disney film. and I really, really liked how they did all that. Of course, this is my second film that I've seen, I believe, with Amy Adams.
And the guy who played the prince.
Yes, James Marsden, I think his name is.
You know what he's often, yeah.
No, I know what he's been in, and I mean I've seen him in like X-Men, Westworld, and I've recently seen him in like Sonic.
Yeah.
And the little henchman that was with the Evil Queen, he was in Harry Potter.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Timothy Spalls. Yeah.
And
He's been a lot. Yeah.
And Patrick Dempsey's character. Every time I just see Patrick Dempsey, I can't see him in anything else besides Grey's, because he's in Grey's Anatomy. Well, was in Grey's Anatomy, so I can't see him in anything else. And I had no idea that Julie Andrews was narrating the film at the beginning and the end of the movie, pretty much. I had no idea that was her until I looked up the titles. So that was
She's amazing.
But that was like a really cool thing that I found out. But yeah, I really enjoyed this film. It was again, it's a different Disney film that they came up with, and if they even make a sequel, I'll be all for. I've seen it, and it's a good film. I like it.
Oh, sorry, didn't like it. Let's go to Beef Dad since he chose this one.
This has got to be one of my favourite Disney films for over 10 years. In spite of everybody else's love of Frozen. But this, I loved the story behind it. The fear of Susan Sarandon losing her queendom. And Amy Adams did a brilliant job as Giselle. James Marsden was hysterically funny at times as Prince Edward, especially when he killed the bus. And the bus driver, Marilyn Sue Perry, she was just superbly funny. But yeah, there's just so much magic. The music was wonderful, and there were certain moments, singing moments in this that made my heart beat, which is always a plus at my age. But yeah, a superb cast. Timothy Spall doing Nathaniel was just absolutely superb. And of course, I absolutely loved the little rodent thing. That was just great fun. Yeah, it's just some really magical moments in this for me. Brilliant.
All right, then let's go over to Lee. Let's go to Hull, see what Lee thinks of this.
Well,
I think I already know.
Seeing as this was a Disney movie, it came across as a bad, cheap Hallmark movie. Acting was terrible. It started off good. The animation was brilliant, and then as soon as it came into the real world, it took a nosedive for me.
A bit like these casts.
Yeah, Timothy Spall and Susan Sarandon was absolutely wasted in this movie. Their talents should have been used a lot more in this movie. I agree. The chipmunk was the highlight of the movie for me. There's great characterization in that. But for me, it was just an appalling movie. They should have kept it animated all the way through.
Yeah.
Get the animated characters going to New York instead of making it live. So that's me opening thoughts.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let's go to Jake and Bradley in the sauna.
One of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. I agree we both, didn't we, agree with everything that he said about this film. It was so, oh God. Like, it should have stayed animated. I agree with Lee. When it got into the real world, nothing wrong with pantomime, but it turned into a really crap pantomime. A really crap one. Not even the Woodville Halls down the road would show that. That's how, it is so bad. I don't get how everyone's enjoying it. I thought it was terrible. We nearly turned it off 20 minutes into it. It's one of those films where you kept looking at the time like, is it over yet? How long we got left? Oh, an hour. Well, that's an hour and 47 minutes of my life gone. Now over to Bradley for his colourful review of the lovely film.
Okay, so I thought it had like potential at first with, and I thought like it could have been.
A bit like Jake.
Oh.
Hey,
That was a little uncalled.
bitch, not good. Edit out.
you
Edit out.
thought he had potential until you met him in person. I thought,
I thought the film had,
Hey.
no, carry on. Go on.
I
I
know.
thought the film had potential at first. I thought it could have sort of been interesting with like the animated characters going into live action, but ultimately, for me, there wasn't really much that made me like it. There was a few things about it, but
It's not that bit yet. It's not that bit of the review yet.
but basically, there's a few things I like, but ultimately, I wasn't really a fan.
Well, I'll tell you what now. It was a load of cheap, Americanized trash.
Did you like
And
it?
that is, frankly, what I think about it. At first, it had potential. I thought, okay, I can get into this. I can enjoy this. And then when they get to the real world, all the characters just become so grating. They become so obnoxious. And literally, there's no good acting in this, really. There's no good acting. I did think the bus lady was quite entertaining. When Prince Charming stabs the roof and things like that. But apart from that, this film was really bad. It was really bad. There was just no depth to it at all. I mean, and it just looked cheap. The costumes just looked cheap. I mean, you look at Once Upon a Time. I love that. And that's live action fairy tale. And that's amazing. It's got so much depth. And the costumes are amazing. But this, no, it was cheap American trash.
What do you mean?
It was. And this Americanized love story. Oh, give me a break.
Yeah, there's nothing like that in Britain.
We knew. Weirdly said, do you know what? The Americans will like this, but the British won't like this.
Yeah,
And
right.
Excuse me. Don't if Jeffrey doesn't want to be thought of as an American, he doesn't have to be thought of as a fucking American.
Hey man, you tell it, sister.
I know, right?
No, it's just
Right.
they're just being cynical and nasty because it's cool. That's all.
yeah, we're cool. That's the
Of
first
course.
time he's ever been called cool.
Of course, that doesn't mean they're right, but
So you're
Every
saying
favorite movie. He's a Brit through and through.
so you're saying
Sure.
you won't be able to handle like a love story movie or any romance.
Give me a break.
We have a love story, then this bollocks.
oh,
It is.
Yeah, but
it
it was
is a
done
step
so
above.
badly.
It's a step above Hallmark. I'll give you that. But it was very enjoyable. It took a lot of talent to do those scenes.
I mean,
No,
that-
for a
Yeah,
Disney
no.
film, no. For a Disney film, it should have been better.
yeah. Well, again, that could be part of the joke too.
Right. At
Yeah.
least it didn't have a snowman. That was a pot.
That's a
Dina
negative as well. Yeah, that's
Mansell.
a negative.
I mean, I thought that I thought that you all would find her immensely
Oh,
engaging in her with with her natural face.
No, I just wanted her to get
it
run
could be
over.
worse, man. I mean, it could be the Twilight
A
franchise.
lorry couldn't have gone
Shit.
quick enough.
She's
You
your
were so
favorite. She's
annoying.
Elsa, for freak's sake.
She's nothing like Elsa.
Huh?
She's nothing like Elsa.
She plays
Nothing like
Elsa, you
Elsa.
dope.
No,
She's
she
nothing
doesn't.
like Elsa.
No. That's Idina Menzel.
Yeah, indeed, Menzel.
That's who played the other lady in the movie.
That's true.
God, duh.
Yeah, I know she was a bit jaw jutting, isn't she?
Oh, I see. Okay. Sorry, I didn't hear what you were saying.
Right, let's go to favorite moments. Let's go to Brian.
Favorite moments, my turn. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I think my favorite moments would have to probably be I guess one of them. It would probably like at least one of them would have to be like I really enjoyed the like every time like where everybody would go through like the portal and ended up like on the sewer.
The drains, yeah. They come from the
yeah.
drain, yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool, but the tidy cleaning up scene with Amy Adams when she cleans like the apartment and everything with
The animals, yeah.
Yeah, the animals and everything.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. And I really enjoyed the I really enjoyed the towards the end, like where the evil like queen turns into the dragon, grabs Patrick Dempsey's character and goes on like the roof and everything. I thought that was cool. And probably the little dance number in the park.
Yeah.
So I think that's because I think I did not. I mean, you kind of would expect that type of thing within a Disney film, kind of, but not as much as it would be within elsewhere within other films. But within this film, I think it worked kind of. But yeah, I think probably those would be my favorite moments, and within the Enchanted film. So yeah, those are my favorite moments.
Yep. All right, let's go, Susie.
Oh, well, I like everything with, I agree with a lot of what Brian said. I liked the twist that it was, come on, the whole thing is a spoof on almost every Princess Disney movie ever made. And I liked how they twisted it around so that the real world character turned into the prince, and it was fun. The bus bit was hysterical. I mean, it really was. The stabbing the bus. I mean, how many times have we wanted to stab a bus? Yesterday, I would have liked to have had that sword.
No.
So,
No, I could confess I've never
thank you,
wanted to
Susan.
stab a bus.
Public transit, right?
Public Transit USA. Oh Jesus.
That's right.
Oh,
But it was fun. I mean, Amy Adams is incredibly talented, and I mean, for Pete's sakes, we reviewed The Last Starfighter, and it didn't get this bad of reviews from you guys. So,
no, that did get bad. That did get bad reviews from me and Jake.
So, anyway, I thought it was. I still stand by it. It was a great bit of fun. I think the acting was really pretty good. It was not meant to be anything serious. It was meant to be a spoof on Disney and to have a lot of fun. It was not meant to be adults. It wasn't meant to be Once Upon a Time. It was meant to be lighter, more for children than for adults. Then Once Upon a Time was kind of geared more towards
Bloody
adults.
Pingu's got more depth than this.
No.
Well, at least, as I said before,
And that's for children.
And so I liked it. But I really did enjoy it. It's a movie. I think I actually own it on iTunes or something like that. I think I bought it when it came out. Because I just really like Amy Adams. I have Julie and Julia, and I enjoy her as Lois Lane, and I just really I like her, and just think she's very talented. And
Well, she was in she was also in Smallville. She was in a Smallville episode.
She was?
Yeah, in season 1. She was like she was a Freak of the Week type of villain within season 1.
Well, I'm sure I don't remember particularly,
Rude.
but I'm sure she
No,
was.
no, 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 no. I mean, in the episode, I remember in the episode, she eats anything.
Look at
Like
Lee patting his pussy.
no. She eats anything. Like she ate like animals, people. Like she. I remember one scene in the episode, she bit a guy's face off.
Oh, well, good. That's fun.
If only you'd get as excited as that with the cast, Brian. That's the most exciting I've ever seen you.
Well, good for him. He's fun.
Where's Jake and...
I'm just explaining like how it went down within the episode.
Right.
Excuse me for having been a Smallville fan.
Yeah.
Well, hold on,
I'm a
Susie.
Smallville fan. Yeah.
Have you finished your favourite moments, Susie? Is that it?
All right. Go forth. Something else.
Yeah, okay, let's go to Susan and Alex.
All right.
Well,
Well,
Jake's nearly had a heart attack.
I think I enjoyed the part of the movie where the daughter, where she keeps trying to like encourage the daughter and like not go too far, about love and stuff. That was really good. It was sweet. It was precious. It was what, all the girls that I ever talked to really wanted somebody older to come up alongside them and say those sorts of things. And let's see, the other part that I really like in this movie is I love the Timothy Spall character and how he was, he was secretly in love with the queen, the evil queen, and that was really fun. That he tried to woo her and get her attention and stuff, and that was fun too. So and I know that Alex might not remember what he was going to say, but if he does, I will tell him.
Wow. Anyway, no, I mean, obviously this is a spoof. This is tongue in cheek. I also did enjoy the prince trying to knock on everybody's door and the reactions that he had to certain people. I like the woman said with all the kids, "You're too late," and then the guy smiling. I was like, but he was very dignified about it.
And what about the chipmunk being like Joe Pesci?
Oh yeah, the cartoon part. Yeah, that was cute. Yeah, I mean, this is a cute movie. It's not to be taken too seriously. It's funny. You got to admit, it did look pretty good. It did almost look like a Disney cartoon when they started singing in the New York park or whatever. So I mean, that's why it's good, because you actually feel like there's a crossover and they're not just ripping off what they animated like they do with Aladdin and all that stuff.
They do it in the full intention. You can see we're doing this to make fun of ourselves.
Right. I mean, it's tongue in cheek. I mean, is it the best? No, but it's pretty darn close. And that's probably why they're not really doing a sequel yet, because they know that they're going to have to come up with a better script, and that might be a little difficult. Plus, Amy Adams almost is retiring. I think she's done all the movies she's probably wanted to do. So.
Yeah, I think so too. That's us.
Right. Yep. Let's go to Jake and Bradley, who got frightened by a doorbell.
The end credits when I muted them. No, it was two bits I have to say I enjoyed. It's when the chipmunk was pretending to be the woman person, whatever her name was, and
the evil queen type person. Yeah.
Yeah, it pretended to be. Yeah, I like that bit. I like when all the animals are cleaning. everything out. That was it. What's your favourite moments?
That's my favourite moment. Is more like just throughout the film that Chipmunks, the big highlight. I just found him like really funny. That's about it.
That's it.
Well, a lot then. You pretty much like the entire film. You
Yeah.
loved it. Oh, good.
Amazing.
Let's go to Lee and his little pussy. Look, she's absolutely fast asleep.
Right, yeah. Favorite moments.
Look at her.
It was good to. It was good to hear Julie Andrews narrating at the beginning. The animation at the beginning, it was good. And the rest of it was just so sickly sweet. It made me want to vomit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it was not my kind of thing. It was just. It looked so cheap. It cost them about $80 million to make this movie. It didn't look it. I'm sorry to say. As I said in my opening thoughts, it was it reminded me of a bad Hallmark movie. And
we've watched a few of them.
Oh yeah, and that was Susan's fault.
Yeah. We can't blame this one on Susan, though. We can't blame this one on Susan.
But no, I don't know. I mean, it was supposed to be, the comedy. There was no real comedy in it for me.
No, there wasn't.
And as I say, I just thought Susan Sarandon and Timothy Spall, those two are absolute brilliant actors, and they were just wasted. They wasn't put to their full potential in this movie. They could have done a lot better with those two actors. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, let's go to Beef Dad for favourite moments.
I loved the big musical number in the park. That was just so very, very good and so very, very well done. What I really enjoyed was watching the relationship between Amy Adams and Patrick Dempsey gradually increasing, and the little girl, Rachel Covey, she just worked superbly with Amy Adams. There were funny bits. Admittedly, most of the funny bits tended to be by the little rodent thing. He was very, very funny. Yeah, as I've already said, I loved the bit where he decided to jump up and stab that bus. That was just so funny and so stupid, but it was comical. And there were so many little performances in this that were just really entertaining. Like the old man, when she was trying to find the palace who nicked her tiara. That made me laugh. But yeah, then the next really extraordinary thing was where Susan Sarandon became a dragon. And the whole bit on the roof of the building was just absolutely extraordinary. And the two old ladies having their conversation about how much better it was this year than it was last year. And yeah, but most enjoyable for me, and right the way through. There are no points where I won't go there. I just really just enjoy the whole thing.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, good. Yeah, I did enjoy some elements of it, but I didn't enjoy the film. I enjoyed the opening. I thought that was actually quite good. That was actually, I thought I was going to enjoy it because the opening was very good. The dance sequence in the park, I do agree that it was entertaining to watch. I think it probably could have been done better, and I just think having that as animation is better. Having dance sequences like that, like you do in Frozen and stuff like that, is always far better in animation than it is in real life. I did like the bus scene. Yeah, I agree. When he stabbed the bus and then it goes through the lady's groceries or whatever it was, and then the woman on the bus gets off and starts shouting, and then the chipmunk goes in her hair and everything. Yeah, I like that scene, and then I did like the dragon scene. Yeah, when the evil queen woman turned into the dragon, I did like that. Yeah, that's it. That's all I liked. But I do agree, it was with Lee. It was just so sickly bad. It just felt sickly. It was just so, those Americanized romances, those Americanized romantic films. I just think,
Okay. I understand. I understand that you don't like Americanized,
no offense. No, it's not
but
your fault. It's not
it's
your
how we
fault.
do romance over here. It ain't about like repressing your feelings or nothing. You gotta show it all.
It's so sickly. It's so sickly sweet,
All right.
and it's just so predictable. A businessman that doesn't believe in anything anymore.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I mean, like thinking back on it,
why is it always a businessman?
it does sound like a Hallmark.
There's a crap load of businessmen in New York.
Why is it never somebody who
Like
works
the World
in-
Trade Center had 39,000 people working in it.
Yeah, but why is it never?
I mean,
a
that's in
glass blower?
one bloody building, Alad.
Why is it never a glass blower?
Because they don't work in New York.
What are you talking about? What do you mean glass blow up?
They work in the outskirts.
Somebody
In the
broke
city,
glass.
there's business. I had to learn that when I came to Boston.
It's always people in offices.
Oh well.
I don't know.
Well, sometimes they do shoot within the city. When I worked on 53rd Street, they would shoot on Lexington right there. And sometimes it depends on the timing and who's giving the licenses and stuff. But yeah, most of the time, I mean, for Pete's sakes, what was the movie Shazam recently? It was supposed to be set in Philadelphia, and they shot almost everywhere but Philadelphia. So yeah, so that's pretty common,
Could have been a shopkeeper who owns a local bakery,
Oh well.
or anyone. It just happened to be a businessman.
And let me ask you a question. How, except for Mary Poppins with Dick Van Dyke with his horrible English accent, how many other Disney movies have technically poor people in romantic situations?
Right, okay, let's go to final say and score. Let's start off with Susie.
Oh, okay.
Caught you out there.
Yeah, I was on my phone. I'd say an 8. I think it's a solid 8. It's a solidly entertaining movie. It's something that you really, if you want to put something on and you just need something that's just going to go fluffy and make you happy and not really challenge your brain too much, then this is good. It is a step above Hallmark movies because the actors are so much better. But I think I liked it, So I can understand that other people don't, but I think it's worth it. But it's not really an adult geared movie. And there's no snowmen, so I love it.
You don't have to challenge your brain. That sums up.
Basically, don't have to challenge your brain. No,
I
think it's well done. And as Susan said, there are really cool moments, like when she's helping a young woman, and I think it's a solid 8 movie. Just because if I were going to gear it on a movie scale with really fabulous classics like I don't know think of a fabulous movie. And
So it's a fun film. You don't have to challenge yourself, or you don't have to use your brain.
well, most Disney cartoony.
Yeah, that's most
That's
Americanized.
exactly what it is.
Yeah,
Right.
films are. Yeah,
Yeah, right. And
they're for American audience.
no, you're really cruising right now, buddy. We got enough problems over here. We don't need any from you.
Right. Let's go to Susan and Alex.
Yeah. I like this. I'll give it a 9. It's
Wow.
it's corny and cheesy, but it's fun. And it's beautiful, and it makes New York look like a whole dang different city than the one that I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, and you know there were sweet moments, and that's what I guess it's really good at. And so here's Alex.
Okay. Well, I guess we have to criticize the Beatles for "All You Need Is Love." I guess. Listen, I'm all for cynical, but lighten up a little bit, will you?
Can't hear Lee.
Oh my God!
Lee, what? Susan couldn't hear
See
you.
what you got to line up, will you?
I just said, did Alex actually just say that? Mr. Cynical himself just
I
said.
know. That's so hypocritical,
Anyway,
Alex.
So
Alex
yeah,
is all
no,
about realism.
yeah. Well, no, I mean, obviously, this is tongue in cheek. This is making fun of itself. Is the movie perfect? Did I like it on the first showing? No, I didn't. This is the second time I've seen it.
So
I like it. I like it. I have I have a few issues with it. But I'll give it an 8.5. I still liked it, and I mean it could have been a lot worse, too. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, of course it's American. It's a very American movie. That's the way it is.
Yep. Let's go to Brian.
I am here to score now.
Are you going to sing your score? Are you going to sing your score?
I think I should. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think I'll probably give this movie a 7 out of 10.
That's okay. Let's go to Bradley and Jake.
A load of crap, -10.
What about Bradley? You just cut Bradley off. What? Have you just completely forgotten about him now?
Like I said, there was some stuff I liked, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10.
Right, what, a -10 and a 3? Wow. So is Lee going to go higher or lower than a -10?
It's getting a 3. Just because of the animation at the beginning, and because Sarandon and what's his face was in it. But that's it. Nothing else.
I can't remember the last cast we've had where it's been so mixed that scores have either been really high or been really low. Yeah. Strange.
Yeah, 3 from me. Didn't enjoy it at all.
Yeah, I think if you like this film, then you really like it, and if you don't, you just don't like it. Yeah, let's go to Beef Dad, who obviously did like it.
Yes. I loved the story. The story itself was extremely good. I quite liked the concept of starting it off in a cartoon and then transferring the lead characters into real life. And for me, that really worked well. I found it all very magical. The magic of it was magical for me. And actually, one of the things that nobody's mentioned is the beginning of the park musical number. She's walking around singing, and gradually a band builds up behind her. And that is just done so very, very well.
Yeah, I like Gambit.
And so, yeah, it's very, very clever and very entertaining. And I just absolutely love it. It gets an absolute solid gold 10 out of 10 for me.
Wow.
And this is one of the times. This is probably the first time that I've
Muted himself.
yes. Well, I couldn't mute Jake, so I'll mute myself.
Ooh, shade. Wow, shade, sister, shade.
I don't find your
Wow,
hotel room
wow.
at that capital.
Ooh.
No.
Well, I've got to say that I've been pretty harsh on the film, but there was elements that I did enjoy. I'd never watch it again. There were elements that I did enjoy, apart from the rest of the film being an absolute annoyance. And because I do love our American friends across the pond very, very dearly, and I do love them I do love them to pieces. I'm going to give it a 4.
Well, thank you, Al. Thank you, Al. Thank you.
And that's only because I like Susie, Alex,
Well,
and
remember, Beef
Susan.
Dad is the guy who is
Yeah, but Beef Dad's not
British,
American.
is the one that chose this
Yeah, I
film.
know Beef Dad's not American,
Not
though.
a UK-US thing.
Hey, I'm American too.
I know. But you
Yeah,
didn't
but
choose
I
film
said ones that
either.
I liked. I said ones that I liked, remember?
Oh, you fucking bastard.
Right, I'm going to have to edit that out. Thanks, Brian.
Okay.
Anyway, I'd like to thank everybody here for joining me, apart from Brian, because he swore. I'd like to thank you for watching. So tell us below what you thought of Enchanted, whether you loved it like our American friends and Beef Dad, of course, or whether you hated it like me, Jake Bradley, and that other guy in the corner with the cat. Can't remember his name now. No, still can't remember it. Anyway, look after yourself, take care, and we will see you next time.
Bye.